With sporting events all around the country still suspended due to the COVID-19 pandemic, all we have now are memories. Memories to remind the Thamash community about the success their squad had in the past UAAP season.
In today's episode, we will be joined by our very own administrators from the Institute of Physical Education and Athletics to talk about our teams, their journey, and their futures.
Multiple second-term sporting events in the UAAP, such as athletics, football, judo, and of course, the highly anticipated volleyball tournament were all canceled.
No UAAP fanatic would want the season to end the way it did. Thankfully and fortunately for the Thomasian community, UST had already done enough to secure that coveted general championship for both the seniors and juniors division for the fourth consecutive year.
You know, Petina, despite the shortened season, season 82 for the USD Growling Tigers in all sports was without a doubt one of the most electrifying seasons that the squad has had throughout the past couple of years. Wouldn't you agree?
Exactly, Kobe. From Renzo Zubido's iconic clutch to the heartwarming farewell of our very own Dieter Cablan for his final year in the judo team, to being crowned the overall champions for the UAAP season 82. Now, who wouldn't want to know more about this very promising future of UST? And today, that is exactly what we are going to be talking about.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure later on our guests will give some very valuable and insightful insights about our squad for the next couple of seasons. And I just want to look back again into last season. There was a lot of great storylines, a lot of great narratives, and one thing in particular, the standouts for me were the women's sports for sure. Our women's basketball team and our girls basketball team really did an exceptional job, especially with our girls basketball team making the championship game. And obviously that was also shortened because of the COVID-19, but you just saw that there was so much potential and so much talent on that team. And it's a great sight to see for Thomasians and something to get excited about for the next couple of years.
I agree. It's like waiting for something that is going to be great in the future. Also, I would like to point out that we also won the beach volleyball, and the immature pour of our beach volleyball team, as emphasized by MVP Ransel Varga, is something that we should be taking note of, as this is going to be something big for the future of UST.
I agree. I completely agree. The beach volleyball squads definitely gave us a big boost in points for the overall championships. And I know we always like to talk about basketball. We always like to talk about volleyball. But these other sports, beach volleyball, tennis, and fencing, these are also sports that are just as exciting and just as fun to watch. Definitely was an exciting season. And hopefully everyone is excited for season 83. The Tigers don't go anywhere because right after this short break, it's time for our special guests from the Institute of Physical Education and Athletics to give their valuable insights on the Growling Tigers' performance in the last UAAP season. Stick around because we will be right back.
We are always on the move, always on track, and in full swing. Serving the Thomasian community by creating. Grow and growl with us. We are in full swing. We are the Tiger Media Network.
Welcome back, Tigers, and without further ado, here with us today are our dear administrators from IPEA, Assistant Professor Gilda Ma Paz Kamus and Assistant Professor Rodrigo Sambuang. Ma'am, sir, welcome to the show, and thank you po for taking the time out of your...
Afternoon.
afternoon po.
Afternoon. Kamusta naman po kayo? How has these past 7 months been for the both of you? Ma'am, kayo po.
We're okay naman. Fully recovered from COVID and enjoying the online classes and work from home.
That's good to hear po. How about for you, sir?
Same with Ma'am Gigi. I'm staying at home and working at the office minsan for online classes. Okay naman. We're good.
So both of you po are in very different environments right now, as you can see from the video. Sir, how has UST been? How's the environment been without the students around?
Medyo kakaiba ngayon no? Kasi nga nasanay tayo na we're working with the athletes and the students as well. So ngayon medyo kakaiba dahil wala ka nakikita nagpa-practice sa gym.
Now, speaking of the new normal, we were all saddened by the abrupt ending of the UAAP season 82. But despite it all, we could say that we are very fortunate to be named as the overall champions for this season. Now, ma'am, sir, as this is the 4th straight year that we have been crowned overall champs, can you tell us what makes this one different or more special than the earlier titles? Ano ba pinagkaiba nitong 4th time natin na overall champion para sa inyo po?
Well, this is something special kasi inabot tayo ng pandemic and everybody is expecting that there will be a resumption of the games. But however, what is something special is first third event and performance nila to reach the expected points that we need. And well, what is so special is they always bring pride. In spite of some of the athletes, they were able to participate in the SEA Games, but still they performed for the game.
Sir, how about you? What do you think was so special about this 4th straight overall championship?
I think we have an effective sports program pa rin. Okay? Kasi for how many championship like sa seniors division we have 44 championship out of 75 for the seniors, and for the juniors we have 21 championship out of 26. So makikita talaga natin our sports program is very effective. Okay, and we are assuming gusto natin ma-meet yung sports excellence sa university.
Now, ma'am, sir, there's been a lot of talk in the UAP fan base na there should be like an asterisk daw po sa tabi ng overall championship natin kasi nga it was a shortened season. But I think that kind of diminishes the work that our first term athletes had done throughout the entirety of the season. So para sa inyo po, kung lalagyan man ng asterisk yung championship natin, yung 4th overall championship natin, sa tingin niyo po, what should be on that asterisk? Like, what should it say when people look back to it?
But probably we still aim for that championship and victory in spite of anything. We will all conquer all what it takes. Our athletes will definitely give their heart, and our coaching staff definitely they will be their commitment to bring glory and pride to the university will always be there.
And for you, sir, naman po.
For me, kasi every time we go to the court, we don't want just to play. Okay? We want to win. We want to win. Yeah.
So knowing that all of our teams have really great, bright futures ahead of them, in your own opinion po, which part has the most promise or potential to be something great for UST in the future? Ano yung specific na isang sport na sa tingin nyo po, sa opinion nyo, ay malaki yung mabibigay sa UST sa hinaharap ng mga season ng UAAP?
I think beach volleyball. Kasi they have the program, no? Marami pa na-align na for high school team. And then, ang programa nila tuloy-tuloy kasi. Tuloy-tuloy. So, naka-standby lang yan, going up to the seniors division. So, I think beach volleyball, men and women.
Ma'am, how about you po?
Kaya ako magbigay ng specific scores kasi everybody trying to contribute their part. Many are telling us that our, what do you call this, our individual sports like taekwondo, the taekwondo, the judo have a very potential way for us to win the championship. But however, each team is really contributing points, no matter how low or high their achievement, they're trying to contribute. So, malaking factor talaga ang bawat sport. Kung nawala lang siya, mawawala tayo lahat sa league. So, I guess everybody doing their part and their share.
Now, ma'am, sir, I know we don't like to, single out a specific sport or a specific player, but in season 82, there's been so many storylines, so many narratives to follow, and there's a lot of teams who, especially specifically our sports teams in UST, who have exceeded expectations from us, from the fans, and obviously for the UAP community. But for you, po, for the two of you, po, which team or which specific athlete, if it's possible to point out one specific athlete, impressed you the most in season 82 and sort of exceeded your expectations for the season? Sir, you can go first, Paul.
In beach volleyball pa rin, I can identify si Jaron Reconquan. Kasi back-to-back champion yan. And then he became a member of the national team, played for the SEA Games. And then he contributed a lot sa UAAP. For me,
Same here, si Jaron, because alam mo yun, as first year, second year student, he was able to shine already. He was able to give pride to not only to the university but to the country. First time to be part of the SEA Games, and yet, alam mo yun, they were able to deliver right away. So, I still admire the performance of Jaron Dickinson.
Just to follow up, like, obviously, Jaron has been with UST for a while now. How has his development sort of increased from his rookie season? Kasi we all know po, like, Jaron was exceptional in his rookie year. And then, pagdating po ng second year niya, parang mas lalo pa siya gumaling. So how is that how is that sort of a testament to the volleyball program, the beach volleyball program, that UST has laid out for their athletes?
All right. Actually, Jaron is also a member of indoor volleyball. But now he focused himself to play beach volleyball. So, concentrated siya ngayon sa beach volleyball. And then, he played for the club also. Kaya ganon kabigat yung development niya sa beach volleyball. And then, syempre, with the support of the coaches, yung programang binibigay nila, talagang very effective. Very effective. Kasi Coach Dolo kasi is the head coach of the beach volleyball team, national team.
Also, for a little follow-up question po, can you elaborate a little further on the program that the UST Beach Volleyball has on how they do things their way and how they develop these athletes in becoming their best conditions po?
Right now, on this time, no, in pandemic, continuous pa rin naman ang kanilang training to virtual together with other members of the national team kasi sinasabay sila. Kasabay na rin nila na i-training yung national team. So, ang level talaga ng kanilang program, level din sa national team.
Okay. Now, knowing that we were crowned overall champions, but what do you think is the secret in the success UST has in terms of winning overall championships, rather, especially since we have won the title for 4 consecutive years already? Ano ba yung secret ingredient ng UST na nakakalamang sa iba, na parang tayo lang yung nagdadala, kaya patuloy nating nakukuha tong titulong ito?
They just play with a humble heart, and they always they just want to play with excellence. Okay, so parating namin kanila, even the coaches is always telling them, as long as you are playing with your heart and with all your might, you cannot go wrong. So, manalo, matalo, as long as you play with the heart, champion ka na.
How about for you, sir?
I think yung pagbigay ng points sa university, first, second, runner-up, it's a big points to get the overall championship. So, hindi naman din tayo na pag-iiwanan. Ang target lang talaga natin, usually, hanggat maaari, ang target ng each team, 1 and 2 lang, 1 and 2 to get the overall championship, general championship.
Ma'am, sir, obviously we're coming off the pandemic, and a lot of our athletes have still not been able to practice with their teams and really go out and train like how they usually do. Puro sila in their trainings or online sessions with the coaches and staff. How do you think they'll be able to bounce back or get back in shape once non-professionals do get allowed to start training again for the tournaments? Ma'am, you can go first.
Actually, number one ingredient is they have to have a discipline. Okay, even with or without the supervision of the coaching staff. As a player, if you think that you have to really work for your craft or your discipline, okay, you have to do it on your own. Because later on, they will also apply that. Even if they graduate, if they finish with their degree, later on, yung discipline itself is a big factor. So I think even online training, if they don't have their teammates with them, they can do it on their own. And we know that they're doing it, and we believe that we have the full trust in them because they're also anticipating to play. Hopefully, for this season, if there will be a season. So they also have that mentality and attitude of going to the tournament or for this season. But probably talagang yung discipline is very important.
Sir, kayo po.
Yeah, that's true. Yung discipline talaga. It really needs by the student athletes. And then, nung nag-start yung lockdown, on, I think, March 15, and after nun, no, they started the virtual training. So with the dedication of the coaches and to be followed by yung athletes natin, sinusunod lang nila. I think they can, magagawa nila.
Now, has there been any reports po ba, or have you heard anything po na baka sooner or later makakabalik na po sila sa UST to start training and to start getting their bodies in shape if ever there is a season po for season 83?
Well, depends, depende yan sa, what we call this, if we can follow yung IAT at requirements, and DOH, together with the DOH, yung CHED, sooner or later, pag natin yan, na bigay natin lahat ng requirements, and with the approval of the University of Santo Tomas, we can start phase 2.
Now, what do you think is a positive side about this online training that the athletes are going through? Like, ano po ang sa tingin yung magandang may ububungan nito now that individual po silang nakakapag-training?
Actually, the focus of our coaches right now is the individual skills lang and conditioning of their athletes. Scrimmages, wala, hindi talaga. So, individual skills and the conditioning of athletes, student athletes.
Now, how do you think po sige mo, sorry.
Good for you.
Actually, with this pandemic, the coaches and the athletes became more creative in how they will do their training, and they were able to have really find time to go one-on-one. Unlike before na nandyan sila, ang dami nila. Ngayon, with the online, one-on-one yan, natututukan sila talaga ng coaches. If the coaches find na itong athlete na to ay mahina ang leg power or core, so they will give emphasis on that area. So, and hopefully, pag nakabalik, malakas na siya. Malakas na yung area na yun. So, ano siya natutulungan sila maging creative and innovative kasi walang gaya niyan, they don't have equipment. So, ano yung pwede na available sa bahay na pwede nilang gamitin? So I think, going back to the basic talaga itong pandemic na to Kasi they have, nung normal tayo, they have all the things around them. Gym equipment, sporting equipment, with big space. Ngayon, with a small space at home, okay, nagiging creative sila how to do things na, alam mo yun, with minimal space and with minimal equipment or supplies. So, ngayon, mas din sila, focus din sila in terms of their health. Parang, hindi ako pwedeng ma-injured. Kasi, wala akong pupuntahang ospital at mahihirapan akong what you call this, magpa-therapy. Okay? So, kumbaga, extra careful din sila of doing these things and innovative in doing their exercises. And then, creating. Siguro, nagbubuhat yan ng mga halaman or whatever sa bahay.
Lantito.
Alam mo yun, yung just to have that simple way, dati, yung mga, siguro, yung mga bottled water, hindi nila pinapansin yan. Ngayon pala, it can help them to do simple dumbbells yan. So, ano siya talaga, kumba, it helps also a lot. Kasi kumba, kung tutusin, yung mga unang panahon, gano'n na lang din naman nakalagay, nagsimula ang sport. So, I guess, God has a reason yun to really make us realize that we have to go back really to the basics, what is really essential. So yun.
Yeah, ma'am, you mentioned nga po about the athletes being very creative and very innovative when it comes to their exercises at home, especially kapag hindi sila naka-online session with their coaches. And I see some of our athletes on social media, iba't ibang types of exercises nga ginagawa nila, whether it's Rancel jumping high inside his house over a couple of books, or Jaron using some bottles for his weights. Sa inyo po, has there been any specific athlete na nakita nyong, or what's been the most creative exercise that you have personally seen some of our athletes do, or baka may one of their coaches have reported to you na they did this type of exercise by using these types of equipments? Like, what's been the most fascinating one or the most innovative one in your eyes?
Actually, siguro sa mga nakikita ko, lalo na ngayon yung mga nasa probinsya, they're doing all their running exercises sa palayan.
Oh, wow.
For me, talagang something na, alam mo yung nakaka-touch kasi in spite of, sa palayan, they're doing their running exercises, and then, yung iba talaga, they, nag-e-effort talaga to do their own equipment on how to do it. So talagang nakakatuwa kung ba, siguro part na rin yun ng pagiging Somasian athlete, yung pagiging, sabi ko nga, being creative on how to do things na hindi yung the usual. So, kung ba, it's a learning opportunity then for them to have this pandemic kasi later on, they will be coaches, and then they will just probably apply and tell their athletes that we cannot have everything. So we can just be innovative in doing things.
Okay. Now, we all know that the crowd of UST as a whole plays a huge part being the support system of our athletes. Now, sa tingin nyo po, as we have our viewers right now watching, and we know that there are fans here watching right now, and ano po sa tingin nyo yung contribution na nabibigay ng mga fans ng ating mga athletes na nagiging drive nila sa paggawa ng trabaho nila?
Definitely malaki. Okay? Hindi lang, it's not enough that they shout or cheer for the athletes, but definitely yung making time to probably texting them. Some of them nagdadala pa ng food yung mga athletes nasa mga dorm. Alam mo yun, our fans, our alumni is they're very generous, but they do it quietly. Hindi na tipo bang pinapakita nila yung support by not really as a game, pero mararamdaman mo sila. Okay? Ayun nga, sabi ko nga, some of the athletes is telling us na, ma'am, nakakatuwa kasi they're still texting us, they're still messaging us, praying for us, or just simply, kumusta ka na? So yun, yung mga bagay na yun, mas malakas pa yun kesa sa pagsigaw ng go uste during. Okay, and then not only cheering or telling them how are you, but in fact, binabackupan pa sila sa academic nila. They even tell, aral kang mabuti ha, or make sure you attend your online classes. Yung mga ganong comments sa kanila, alam mo yun, parang ang dami-dami nilang nanay, tatay, kuya, ate, lola, lolo, na alam mo yun, yung support system natin na sobrang lakas, na yun yung nagbibigay ng lakas ng loob sa kanila na, well, everybody's undergoing somehow dumadaan yung minsan anxiety and stress with this pandemic. But once they receive this kind of messages, alam mo yun, bumabalik sila ulit eh. Kaya nagba-bounce back sila ulit na, ay, hindi, lalaban ako kung kaya kong labanan ang pandemic, kaya ko rin labanan itong nararamdaman ko at kaya kong harapin kung kahit anong klaseng magiging sitwasyon ng buhay. So, alam mo yon, it's very important talaga, napakalaking factor nun na maparamdam sa mga athletes at pinaparamdam talaga not only their fans but the entire community. Minsan nga hindi sumasyan eh. Sarap ng pakiramdam lang if you see people talaga supporting them and giving their love and care. Importante yung time eh. Alam mo yon, spending few minutes texting them, that is very meaningful for us. Very meaningful yun. Malaking factor yun kasi marami kaming, maraming tumutulong sa amin as administrators, maraming tumutulong dito sa mga bata na to really stand up, fight, and be courageous in facing this pandemic.
Sir Rod, kayo po.
Marami pa rin, nag-support pa rin, nag-support pa rin ang kanilang mga fans in a little way. No? Hindi naman nakakalimutan. Kahit maliit na bagay, napakalaking dating sa mga athletes.
Well, hopefully for season 83, if there is a season 83, the fans, hopefully the Thamashan fans will be there and are allowed to be there, of course, in a safe, with the safe guidelines and all that. And we are definitely excited for the upcoming season and the potential that all of our sports teams have. Ma'am, sir, we thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Is there any last things that you want to say to the Thamashan community, to the athletes, and to all of our viewers tuning in right now?
Just simply be active in supporting our athletes. Kayo ang lakas nila, kayo ang inspiration nila to really in every tournament they're engaged, especially in UAAP. So sana nandyan kayo parate to give your cheer, to give your love and care, and sana tuloy-tuloy natin ang the glory that we have for the sport, and sana lahat ay ligtas of this pandemic. And ang number one kasi ngayon sa amin lalo sa amin sa administrator sa IPEA, ang number one is the health and safety of the students. So yun yung aming concern as of the moment. Kung yung tournament, tabi muna tayo dyan. Ang importante, they are with their family, safe, healthy, and then just continue developing themselves through their sports, and most especially through their academics. So, parating go stay pa rin.
Go stay.
Yes.
I
think I think if there's a season 83 season 83, so we're expecting our student athletes and coaches give their 101% performance to get the championship for the team, for the University of Santo Tomas, for the community, and for the family, syempre, for their family. And for God's glory. Okay.
Yes, well, ma'am, sir, thank you for yet again. We appreciate it. And here is to the Mashing community. Hopefully, you guys continue to support our sports teams throughout the next couple of years.
Now, Tigers, we just heard the insights of our very own IPEA administrators, Mr. Sambuang and Ma'am Kamus, about the very promising future that UST has for the incoming UAAP seasons. As we learned, playing with the heart makes you a champion, and the support of the Thomasian community as a whole are the secret ingredients to the unending success of our athletes. Despite the pandemic, we would like to thank you for your support to UST and our athletes. Wala talagang makakatalo sa pakiramdam ng pagiging isang Tomasino, lalo na pag naririnig ang Go Uste. Now, to all our viewers, we hope you enjoyed this little time that we had, as that is all that we have for you today. Make sure to check out any announcements that we have on all our social media accounts. Always stay safe, wash your hands often, and don't forget to wear your masks and shields as we continue uplifting each other during these trying times. Again, I'm Petina Fernando.
And I am Kobe Dayao, calling out the final play of the game exclusively on UST's premier sports show, The Frontrunners. First in line, legacy through time.